The loyalty of dogs is truly remarkable. One particular dog exemplified this trait by waiting in the exact same spot for 4 years, eagerly anticipating the return of its owner. And then, an amazing event occurred. Let me present to you a story set in Thailand, just outside the city of Khon Kaen, where an intersection adjacent to a gas station became a hub of sightings for a small brown and white dog that frequented the same spot daily. The situation was peculiar, as the dog appeared to be in good condition with a healthy weight and clean appearance. Initially, passers-by assumed the dog was merely out for a walk, belonging to a local owner. However, days turned into weeks and the dog remained in the same spot, not seeming to have a home to return to. A few observant individuals began to monitor the dog's behavior and noticed that it was gradually becoming emaciated and frail. He also seemed to be getting a skin condition that was making him lose his hair. The poor dog was in a terrible state. Many nice people around wanted to help the dog, and some even wanted to give him a new home. They all started calling the dog Leo and helped to care for him. One woman, a lady named Savalak, saw that Leo was becoming worse and that his skin condition was causing him pain. She just knew she had to help the dog. She went past the intersection for work and noticed the sick dog. Then she stopped, picked him up and took him home. She cared for his skin by washing him with special medicine and combing out the tangles in his hair. Then she allowed him to rest in her home and eat some good food. Soon he was getting better. Stalalak was becoming more and more attached to the dog. When she got home one day, Leo was gone. She searched for him desperately, looking for him all around her neighbors' homes, but no luck, Leo was gone. Then she thought of something, quick as she could. Salalak went back to the intersection where she first found Leo. Sure enough, there he was. Leo had stayed with her as long as he needed to get back on his feet, but then he went back to the intersection. What made this place so special? Why did he keep returning there? After thinking carefully, Savalak thought she had the answer. She suspected that Leo had somehow lost his family at the intersection. Could he be coming back to the same spot in the hopes that they would eventually find him? It was the only thing that made sense. It broke her heart thinking of Leo waiting hopefully for his family to come back. Surely, if they wanted to get back to him, they would have done so already. Savalak took him home with her a few more times, but each time he got out and went right back to waiting at the intersection. Eventually, she just made peace with the fact that Leo wanted to stay there and wait, but that didn't mean that Savalak couldn't care for him. From then on, she would make sure that she brought him food every day. She would sit with him and even brush his hair to make sure that it didn't become tangled again, and that his skin would stay healthy. It wasn't the same as taking him home and loving him, but at least he would be able to be cared for. Many people were fascinated by the dog who stayed at the intersection. Some often came to visit the pup, and some also helped to feed him. He was such a sweet dog that loved all the attention he was getting. He just didn't want to go home with any of them. But they kept coming, taking pictures of him, and also of Savalak when she came to care for him. There was another good friend that Leo made out of all of this. Her name was Anuchit Uncharon. She also saw Leo's predicament and tried to think of ways she could him. For 4 long years, Leo had sat on the intersection just waiting for his owner to come home. It was a sad sight. Then Anuchit had an idea that might be able to help Leo. She had plenty of pictures, so she took those and used the power of the internet to spread the word about Leo. On social media, she made a post about the sad dog who insists on living on the road. She hoped that the post would somehow find the family that he had lost and lead to a special reunion, but she never expected the post to blow up as much as it did. Many people wanted to help the dog find his owners and shared the post on their pages too. It spread, even internationally. Many people became invested in the story and Leo's future. After it went viral, there were many people who saw the post. One of them was Nang Noi Siddhisarn. She was a 64-year-old woman from the Wachtte province in Thailand. She was shocked when she saw the pictures of Leo. The dog in the pictures looked a lot like her beloved dog, Bon Bon. She had lost the dog 4 years ago while on a road trip. Nang Noi and her husband were visiting their daughter in Khon Kaen, and Bon Bon had gone with them. He was in the back of the vehicle with the window open. When they stopped at a gas station to fill up and let Bon Bon out for a break, they realized he wasn't in the car anymore. They suspected that he had jumped out of the car when they were at a stop sign. He could have seen something that he wanted to chase, or he could have been spooked in some other way. Either way, he was gone and the family was heartbroken. For a week, they went back to the area and searched the road where they thought they had lost him, but there was no sign of him for more than a week. After the week, they were convinced that they had lost him forever. They assumed he was probably hit by a car or hurt in some other way and had lost hope in ever finding him again, and eventually they had to make peace with the fact that he was lost forever. Now it had been 4 years since they lost their dog and they had moved on. They hadn't gotten another pup. It was too sad. But when they saw these pictures of Leo, they were sure it was Bon Bon. He had been waiting for them so long. Now they could go and get him. They were beyond excited. They contacted Inuit Unteron and showed her some of the pictures they had of Bon Bon as a puppy, and she agreed Leo was very likely the same dog. They arranged for Nang Noi and her family to come for a visit and see Leo. Inuit made sure that Salwalek knew that the family was coming. Just in case they took the dog home with them, Salwalek needed the opportunity to say goodbye first. After all, she had been caring for Leo for 4 years. She deserved that. The family got to the intersection. Salwalek and Inuit were already there, Leo lying down in the shade close to them. Then Nang Noi and her family got out of her car and she called him, hearing his name, Bon Bon. The dog lifted his head. He got up and ran towards his old family. His whole body was wagging, not just his tail, and clearly the pooch was super excited to see them. He had been waiting for them for 4 years. It looked like he was worried about them for all these years. Now they had come back and he could see that his family was doing well. The family thanked Salwalek for taking care of Leo, and then it was time to say goodbye. Salwalek hugged Leo with tears in her eyes. The family had grown fond of Leo during their time together, but the moment arrived for them to depart and Leo was called to join them in the car. However, Leo had other plans and refused to leave Salwalek's side, running away from the family when they tried to pick him up. It became clear that Leo had developed a strong attachment to Salwalek and desired to stay with her. Although his previous family agreed to visit and assist with veterinary expenses, they acknowledged that Leo was no longer their dog. From that day on, Leo resided with Salwalek and never ran away again. He had found his home. What would you do if you encountered a dog on the road for 4 years? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more remarkable stories in the future.